What's up, everybody? Let's begin.
Lose! I don't lose! I win! I win! That's my job! That's what I do! There is no tomorrow!
Focus on what you're doing. Get better at what you're doing. Everything else is a complete waste of time.
It's not over until I win!
Hello. What's up? Welcome back to the channel. Let's get into it. So right now I'm looking on to the daily time frame, and these boxes have played their part. This box right here was our daily pivot. The price was getting consistently rejected from this block. As and when the price broke up, as I was alluding to in my prior videos, it was forming quite a compression between the 50 SMA and the 200 SMA on the 4-hour. It broke out, and then that obviously played a part in its breakpoint on this daily pivot. Got into this weekly pivot resistance, and rightly so, gets rejected in its first attempt, and look where it found its support, right onto this box. And then from that point, it's then made its attempt to this resistance, and then finally managed to break above it, retest it, and is now consolidating on top of this weekly pivot resistance. So very happy with how the price action has played out to how I had laid out and interpreted. Now let's briefly switch over on to the 4-hour to see how the lower time frame price action is developing, as we are going to go into a new weekly candle in about an hour's time. So on the 4-hour, the RSI is healthy, I would say, right above 50, consolidating, price consolidating above this weekly pivot resistance. So similar to how the price was, consolidating at this daily pivot, dying, coming back to life, dying, coming back to life, and then all of a sudden that consolidation and compression led to a price upthrust. It seems to be behaving and doing the same as when the price is at this price pivot on the weekly pivot, right, on a 4-hour time frame. So from an expectation standpoint, I am expecting the price to continue its upward upthrust, and by the looks of it, as and when the weekly candle opens, I think we may get that slight weekly open pump, which should maybe push up to closer to 100k or something around those 98, 99, maybe 100k, right? So this bottom here, price is about 98, 892, right? So in the first instance, maybe something around those lines. But overall, the price is very, very healthy. Now, this is the price action that's developing on the daily. What does that mean on the weekly? From where I can see is, look, there's all this liquidity that I've pointed to earlier. So in this new weekly candle, I would expect the price to go above and kiss the 50 SMA. So let's just pull up the 50 SMA where it is 101k. So look, we have breached into the lower band. 96 rightly got rejected, and just for kind of confluence, you would see how the price behaved on the daily pivot when it approached the 50 SMA. You see this candle right here? Came up, got rejected, and then right underneath the lower end of the 50 SMA on the daily, consolidated for a few days and then made its move upwards, right? So expectation wise, it's starting to get flat a bit, the 50 SMA, and the positive is it's not curling down, right? It's starting to get a bit flat. So I think for this week, I am expecting the price to kiss this 50 SMA, which currently stands at around 101k, right? So that candle is, this one here is the breakout candle. Price then continues, and then similar to how the price is behaving right now, where from this daily pivot broke up, got rejected, and then formed this as the support and then moved up. On the weekly, I am expecting pretty much the same to how the daily price action has played out, right? Breakout, get rejected from 50 SMA, and then consolidate around 95, maybe for a few 2 to 3 weeks, and then make another attempt above the 50 SMA, which is our 0.618 and the October 10th pivot confluence. That's my expectation. That is where I think Bitcoin is headed. And with all the turbulence of the tariffs and the EU kind of taking a stand and all that political mess that's going around, it is what it is, right? Charts are telling, and what my read is of the chart, that the price is going to go up. Now, what news or what the narrative would be if the price was to get rejected from this supply zone of about 107, 116k, we'll see when we get to that point. But this is where you tell me the news and I'll tell you what the price do chart kind of a saying comes along, right? No kind of deviation from my thinking. Again, price I think heads into this 0.618 pivot, and then we'll see what news kind of comes to fruition and what the narrative comes out to be if the price was to get rejected. But this is that step number one towards the bias that the Bitcoin's cycle all-time high is still yet to come. And if this price block don't give away, we should be looking to 142 to 150, this zone basically, for the price to make a new all-time high, and then we'll take it from there. So it's heading in the right direction. 0.618, 786, this is the supply zone. Let's just take a look at the different indicators. So this is the 50 SMA momentum. Looking okay. Should be making a stab at the 50 SMA, 101k. Let's look at the standard Ichimoku. The Kijun is at 103. So again, making a price move upwards to 50 SMA and the Kijun as well. Bollinger Bands, 100k. So that's on the weekly. The RSI is very much healthy, getting free upthrust from its consolidation from the last few weeks. On the daily, yeah, should make its move towards the 200 SMA band. 104, 107, confluence of October 10th low. Positive. Bollinger Band, good. The middle base is about 92, but I think we make our way up. On the standard Ichimoku, price likely will get out of the cloud, which is positive. We'll then wait for Kijun, sorry, not the Kijun, the lagging span to get its exit from the Kumo as well for price to confirm. But look, on the 4-hour, the system is telling me it's a bullish move, right? Cloud is positive, 50 above the cloud above the 200 SMA, and then the super trend is bullish. So it's a bullish setup for continuation of this move upwards on the 4-hour, and then that likely will reflect soonish on the daily as well. Which is positive on the RSI as well. So every kind of indicator or price action and how the price has reacted to these pivot boxes is telling me that we are going to get a move of continuation to the upside. Positive, which still means the bull thesis of all-time high for Bitcoin's likely is still in play. So all good, all positive. That's it for this video. Until I speak to you next time, have a good day. Cheers.